During times like these, art is something that unifies and uplifts. With us today, we have Asa Jackson from the Contemporary Arts Network. Welcome.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us more about the Contemporary Arts Network?
Sure. The Contemporary Arts Network is actually where I'm sitting right now in Daily Bread Boutique, one of our many brands here. We're an artist advisory as well as a special units team. We actually just opened our headquarters this summer, and it's a dynamic space. It houses 2 art galleries, Eleanor and Hops Gallery and 670 Gallery, as well as Daily Bread Boutique, a few artist studios and music studios, and a music hall for listening and enjoyment purposes.
So you're really all kinds of art.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely as it's displayed behind you there on that wall. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on at the center right now?
Sure. So the center actually, it houses our LLC, which is the Contemporary Arts Network, but also our sister company, which is the CAN Foundation. So underneath the CAN Foundation, 501c3 business, we have an artist residency that we work with called First Patron. So the building houses 5 of some of the top emerging artists from Virginia, and the residency, as well as working with a lot of different artists in the community and around Hampton Roads and beyond. So there's a lot of activity here. Where I'm sitting right now, this back wall behind me, is our small works wall in Daily Bread Boutique. So Daily Bread is full of independent clothing brands and makers from throughout Virginia and beyond, sort of giving a base for emerging independent artists to be able to make daily bread,
Nice.
I love it.
I love it too. Now I understand, Asa, that you also understand that we're very competitive on this show, and you have an idea about testing our art drawing skills. So what do you have for us? 'Cause we got to do it.
Cool. So I was thinking, when I started on my path as an artist, one of the first things I always like to draw was faces, right? It's one of the most recognizable things. Everybody has a face, right? And I think people can recognize 2 eyes and nose and a mouth pretty clearly, no matter what. I'm hoping. We'll see.
You haven't seen my drawing.
And so the only instruction I'll give you, right, is whenever I start a new face, right, or if I'm drawing a face, for some reason I'll always start with the left eye. So the left eye, if you guys could start with the left eye and just take it from there, we'll see where it goes.
Okay, so we got 1 minute to draw a face.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm asking.
Yes. 1 minute to draw a face.
Okay,
it could be any face, any style of face, an animal's face or a human's face.
Okay. Start with the left eye. All right.
Okay, now while we're drawing, I saw a couple snippets, like a couple little posters of VA for the People.
Yes.
What do you guys have to do with that?
So right now we're doing a collaborative exhibition with Something in the Water, and I Am Other initiative for VA for the People. It's basically a big push to get as many Virginians to register to vote and get educated on the voting process. Not just the presidential election, but also down ballot issues and topics. And so the whole exhibition has been a month-long interactive exhibition featured in a few of our galleries. People can come in, participate. It's an immersive experience, and you can actually register to vote right here at the location.
All right.
Amazing.
Yeah, so can we show our paintings? I mean,
Let's see. I'm excited.
I think I knocked mine out the box, right? So speaking of knocking out the box,
okay.
This is what Roy Jones Jr. is going to look like after he fight Mike Tyson.
I like that. At least his ears aren't missing, right?
I do, Bunny.
That looks good. I like that. Nice choice color.
Hold up. Your bunny has two sets of eyes. They look the same, Ashley.
No, it doesn't. The bunny
Has
has
ears. Yeah, bunny ears.
Wow.
I love
Well,
it.
Thank you.
You guys got some skills.
Thank you. Thank you very much for helping us out with that. And thank you very much for being a part of the show, Asa, man. We
Awesome.
certainly appreciate what you guys are doing down there.
Yes, thank
Thanks,
you so
Quincy.
much.
Thanks, Ashley. I appreciate it.
All right.
Now, since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, people have been spending a lot more time at home. And something that can be a stressor when you're home is being unorganized or messy. But the Closet Factory is here to tell us how we can fix that. Let's check it out.
Hi, everybody. I am Tamara Lenz, Senior Designer with Closet Factory. Let's talk a little bit about living in our homes now that COVID has entered our lives and we are trying to find ways to function in spaces that we previously might not have spent as much time in. So the first thing that comes to mind for me is pantries. That's because a lot of people who used to eat out all the time aren't able to do that these days. They're doing a lot more cooking at home, having takeout brought in, and they need better storage to take care of the surplus of food that we're buying because we don't go shopping as much now. So what we're able to do is come in and create maybe cubbies, pull out trays to store soups and pastas and cereals, and just create a pantry that works better not only for the person who does most of the cooking in the home, but for the people that live in the home because now they know where to find things. So let's talk a little bit about home offices. People are teleworking these days, and it was quite a surprise when all of us started working from home, and most people did not have a proper space in their house from which to work. They were using card tables or dining room tables. Work was overflowing everywhere. And after a very short period of time, we realized this was probably going to be going on for a while, and maybe we should make permanent changes to our houses in order to create efficient home offices. So that is something a lot of people are asking for these days, not to mention that the kids are going to school at home, going virtually. So children also need somewhere from which to work. It helps them a lot if they have a dedicated space so that they can have their Zoom computer set up and they can work somewhere that's dedicated to them and very efficient for them. Another thing I'd like to tell you about is pocket offices. I don't know who coined the phrase, but let me tell you what it is. It's where you take a reach-in closet and turn it into an office. And a reach-in closet is one of the ones that's about 24 inches deep, maybe 5 or 6 feet wide, preferably with French doors instead of sliding doors. And within that space, I can do things like countertops, file drawers, wall shelving. I can put in task lighting. And one last thing I'd like to mention is entertainment centers and wall units. Kids are home now. They're not allowed to be out social like they might have been 6 months ago. So what people have asked me to do is create wall units and entertainment centers that provide a better space for electronics. That way, when the kids are all there playing games together, everybody's got their own space, everybody's got what they need, game storage, anything that they might need to help that experience of gaming online with their friends. Right now, surprisingly enough, it's also a really hot real estate market. And it is amazing all of the people that are either building new houses or moving into a new house. So I've had a lot of realtor friends call me with clients who either are just moving and need to have their house reconfigured to suit their needs. Also, people who are building houses want to have me come in and redesign their spaces in something different than the wire shelving that a lot of the builders are putting into houses. I recently had a realtor call me actually for a home that was on the market. They were having a hard time selling it, and the home stager had suggested that maybe the master closet wasn't worthy of the house. So they had me come in and create a master closet for that house just to market it. So it's really interesting how we work with the real estate industry right now. Then, speaking of that, people these days may be changing their travel plans a bit, and instead of using hotels and motels, they're going to Airbnbs. So I had an Airbnb owner call me about a week ago. She needed storage in her Airbnb that she could lock. So I was able to go and create a storage closet for her Airbnb. So just because COVID has entered our lives, it doesn't mean you can't be comfortable in your own home. Sometimes all it takes is to call a designer, get a different perspective or a different set of eyeballs to look at your space, and together collaborate and make it the best it's ever been.
That is amazing because I've seen some closets, and we have a decent closet in our main bedroom, but some of the other closets, I could use some of that help because we have those wire shelves.
Hugh, if you could have seen my face when they showed that closet, I have severe closet envy.
Yeah.
I was like, the wheels were turning in my head. Which bedroom can we get rid of so I can have that closet?
Yeah, that is amazing. And yeah, so thank you, Closet Factory, for just taking the time to share that with us. I know a lot of people could definitely use that. And another thing we could use is another thing to compete for. Okay, so I think you may have done better than me than the drawing. But up next, we continue the competition when comedian Patrick Williams joins us and we find out what the 757 says. See, I'm losing already.
Blah, blah, blah.